Hello, everyone, and welcome into more Ticket to Ride here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt. Welcome in. Let's try to turn our luck around, and of course, we're going to do it with everybody's favorite start, all on the East Coast. Really, the only good news about this is all of these tickets are East Coast and very delightful. All right together. So now it does. Well, it doesn't really hinge on us getting Houston to New Orleans. It probably just would be nice if we could. But, kind of what would be the... I mean, we probably just go up the side here. Just go up the East Coast and then jet over into Pittsburgh and Chicago. Okay, I like that I am second to act. Now the question is, do I immediately grab a wild, or not grab a wild, use a wild to go Houston to New Orleans? I think the answer is yes. Because if I try to get greedy, it's going to be an issue. If I'm like, I'll just grab a pair and play it next turn, I'm definitely going to get beaten to it. That's definitely going to happen. Whereas this, if we were in the fourth spot and no one had played it, I maybe would have done it. But being in the second spot, I have no idea if blue or yellow would want to do that route. So let's not even give them the opportunity. This is going to be one that grabbing a couple critical routes, and then this is a candidate for an early draw on the grounds that if I do need to grab something on the West Coast and I need to grab a critical route, like let's say I grab Vegas to New York, I'm going to want to then prioritize Vegas. So it looks like we got a bunch of slow turtles in this game. I don't mind if you think about your move, but please don't be a slow turtle in games. Nobody likes to sit there and wait for you to decide whether to draw cards or take one off the top or draw tickets. The beauty of Ticket to Ride is that it does not take much thought into... There's only so many things you can do. That's not to say this is not a strategic game or anything like that, but, does not take much. Anytime, you see someone say, hey, this is my first game, I take that with a grain of salt because this could be the first time they played on Board Game Arena, but not necessarily the first time they've played the game. Though, considering that Red is already taking a wild, that may tell me all I need to know. I grabbed the yellow because New Orleans to Atlanta is probably something I do just kind of want to get done. It's the longest route that I have in this, and so just to get it done is probably good. It might also, I hate prioritizing it at this point because I'm not into Nashville, but it's not the worst idea to grab Atlanta to Nashville just to be in Nashville. So I guess my question here is, assuming these things stay on board here, do I grab the 2 orange because I'm going to need that for probably Chicago to Pittsburgh? Or do I grab the yellow and then get New Orleans to Atlanta just done? Okay, well, that answers that question. You can grab one more there, buddy. All right, well, part of the reason that I would like this game to move on a little bit quicker is because it is getting dark here, and I gotta bring in my chickens from outside. They're starting to spend more time outside, especially during the day. Not quite okay to be outside at night. A little bit too cold, and we don't quite have the coop completely built. But you probably will not hear too many more escaped chickens, because they're going to be going outside full time here pretty soon. So yeah, they're not inside right now. I'm going to have to go get them. All right, I don't love that tons of people are taking black. Not that I like super need it, but it would be nice to have. I wouldn't mind a pair of green. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a pair of green. And I think probably I'm just going to use that to grab New York to Pittsburgh. Apparently everybody needs green now. Good thing I don't need a lot of it. Okay. I think I'd rather do this. Because I have the wild, I have some options here if somebody were to grab the other side of it there. It's an interesting route to prioritize. I don't think that's completely off base. But just an interesting one to prioritize. So that looks like a pretty classic like Seattle to New York route, but I have no idea. No idea. Too early to tell. So okay. Let us do this. We're going to grab some stuff here. Watch out, world. We're going to kind of stake our claim here to some critical routes. Great. I kind of thought that blue was maybe kind of thinking up here. We have no idea about yellow. This has been a really slow opening in more ways than one. Wonder if that really ruined yellow's plan. All right, well, I got to think up some commentary for this one because we are taking our time making the decisions for this game. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, that's fine. Okay. You know, this is almost in the kind of like the situation of like it's harder to play against somebody who you have no idea what they're about to do. And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I have no idea what this person's trying to do. And that probably makes them more dangerous than someone who I do have an idea of what they're trying to do. Okay, there's yellow. I'm kind of digging the like Nashville to St. Louis to Chicago route and maybe trying to like hook up that way. Yeah, I think maybe if Nashville to Atlanta is available, I'm probably going to grab it with the one orange. Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't I grab this route? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Then I probably grab St. Louis to Nashville with the 2 black. Okay. That's an interesting one by blue. Because I would be concerned that red would be grabbing that. Which, if they do, that's fine. I have plenty of other ways that I can hook this up. I just don't mind getting into St. Louis. It gives us a little bit more of a gateway to the west. I have no idea. No idea what red's doing. Okay. So, let's do this. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm digging that. All right. I like where this is going. I probably do want to prioritize a Chicago to St. Louis just so no funny business happens. But I kind of want to draw some stuff here. Boy, more white for yellow here. That's a lot. Don't like that. How? Grabbing yellow. Probably to go into Seattle. Probably. I would really like this white. That's what I would like. Well, never mind. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Well, Nashville to New York is a yes. Don't really want to do Duluth to El Paso. Well, actually, that's not that bad. I mean, a lot of red, but I don't think that's that bad. I guess the only issue would be is if we, like, got caught with not getting this 3. Whatever. Who cares? Let's do it. What could possibly go wrong? So, yeah, red is kind of our big thing that we want. Don't love that blue is taking it, but at least blue I don't think is, I don't think I'm at risk of losing out on what I want to blue. But yeah, I would love the red here. Love the red. That's what I would like. Yeah, see, you're grabbing green. And okay, so I probably am grabbing St. Louis to Chicago next turn. That also makes me a tad nervous, though. I guess I would like to go New York to Boston, Boston to Montreal, but also it doesn't seem like anyone else is really up there. A little bit concerned about my Duluth to Chicago here. All right, but we're doing this. Listen, if we... Okay, apparently everyone and their mother needs to be in Duluth right about now. Like, to the point where I'm going to do this and pray for the best. do it, yellow. Don't do it. Yes. Probably Duluth to Vancouver. But I'm 1,000% grabbing this. Don't do it, red. Go Duluth to Toronto. Okay. Okay. Never didn't have it. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Okay. Okay, so that's one crisis averted. And probably I'm grabbing my New Orleans to Atlanta here. I'm in pretty decent shape, to be honest with you. I really don't hate how this is going. We have not been knocked off of any routes. We've honestly gotten some ones that we weren't necessarily prioritizing. Doesn't look like there's much competition out here. Like if we were to get a Los Angeles route late in the game, there's some real possibilities. As blue creeps down here, it might not be the worst idea to just grab Dallas to Houston with something. Probably the only thing is if there's red or yellow. I'm definitely going to want that. But otherwise, again, this probably another draw is very, very soon. I like that nobody's running away with the game. Yeah, we're just going to do this. Oh, probably I played that wrong. I should have kept the blue. Yep, and that would be why. Didn't want any shenanigans happening over there. But I'm not super concerned about this area up here. Maybe I should be. But I'm not. Man, all four of us in Duluth. That's freaking hilarious. All right, I am going to hedge a little bit with the blue. And I do need some pairs as well. So, also, I mean, there's a world, do I go Houston to El Paso if I see enough green? So, wouldn't hate that either. Oop, whacking my mic. So yellow probably has your Duluth to Vancouver. Okay, I'm going to take the green to hedge a little bit, and because you want it, I'm kind of... The other thing is if I'm seeing blue and not yellow, I'm going New York to Montreal and then down to Boston. That's happening. Okay, you choose destination tickets. You take one. That's wonderful. Love it when people take one ticket. A lot of wilds. A lot of people drawing wilds this game. A lot of people drawing some wilds. All right, let's go off the top there. All right, I don't hate grabbing just Montreal to Boston here with the pair of white. Gonna need to do it anyway, so no time like the present. Especially if there's nothing really on board that I want. Just let's not create that stressor. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, if we want... I mean... If yellow's going to telegraph this, I'm not letting that happen. But I'm also not going to, like, go out of my way to... I'm not going to go out of my way to block him. But, I mean, if yellow thinks he's going to be able to go Vancouver to Seattle and Seattle to Portland this late in the game, get out of here. That's not happening. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I've talked multiple times on this channel about playing defensive is not always the best way to go. In fact, I think 99% of the time it is not the way to go. But if someone's going to make it so blatantly obvious, and especially with a route of 1, come on, man. Like, grabbing because it's a perfect example. Like, I could grab Vancouver to Seattle, and now I'm forcing yellow to grab Calgary to Seattle, but that's really not that big of an inconvenience for, like, and I've just grabbed a route that I didn't need just to maybe slow down a person that, I mean, probably has Vancouver to Duluth, San Francisco to Sault Ste. Marie, Vancouver to Montreal. So, I mean, does have some decent stuff. If Red grabbed Seattle to Portland, okay, if Red grabbed Seattle to Portland, I was 1,000%. 1,000% grabbing that. Because they didn't, it really doesn't affect me all. There's no reason to. But man, that is a ballsy play by yellow, waiting that long to, even with the board as it is, because you can see both me and blue are very much more East Coast related. But man, that is, whoo-wee. I would not have the gumption to do that. So yellow probably has the best routes. I don't know what red's doing. No idea what red's doing. I also don't love that I'm not seeing any red. I really do need to get into El Paso. Yeah, man, that is... I wish that red would have played here, because I would have blocked that all day. We're not allowing that to happen. Okay, so I really need, like, green, red. I mean, green now more at this point. And then kind of, like, prepare if I do need to get into Los Angeles or Phoenix. I also kind of want to grab Los Angeles to Phoenix here. If this blue is here, I'm grabbing Los Angeles to Phoenix, and I'm gonna grab the blue to grab the triple. If yellow keeps this open, I'm 1,000% just gonna grab that. Now, of course, you grab it. I guess I could grab the 2 white here. Yeah. If yellow's going to leave Los Angeles to Phoenix open, I'm going to grab it. I'm not just going to allow you to get out of here with this. Like, I'm not just going to allow you to leisurely show everybody where you're going and expect me not to have something to say about it. Again, I'm not a fan of, like, oh my gosh, you really need to mask everything that you're doing. Like, at some point it just is like, hey, here's what it is. But my goodness. Like, my goodness, just I'm not just going to continue to allow you to just mosey on the board with no resistance. Come on, man. Yeah, I really wish I would have seen more of the colors I need to El Paso, because I'm kind of not drawing tickets because I'm really not close to getting this route done. And this is a significant enough route. I mean, 10 points is on the... Anytime you're in the double digits, you don't really want to lose that amount of points, in my opinion. Love that blue's continuing to keep one destination. That's great. I mean, yellow has enough tickets. They could go Santa Fe to El Paso, El Paso to Los Angeles, Los Angeles to San Francisco, but you need, how many black? Don't know what this is. But yeah, dude, not just gonna allow you to just. I don't like to I don't like to be to be a person that just like gets in people's way and just ruins the game, but my goodness. And I will say, in terms of my strategy, I don't mind being into Los Angeles because my hope is that I can draw another set of tickets and kind of hit some later in the game. At this point, man, I might just grab a wild here. So probably what I do, well, we'll see what happens here. Well, that's interesting. So that doesn't. That's fine. Now, it does mean that we now need green, and it's to the point where I'm probably taking wilds. But first, I'm going to do this, just so nothing happens there. But I only need, like 2 more to get El Paso to Houston. Now, there's only 1 wild on board right now, and someone else could grab it. Huh. Okay. Definitely grabbing a wild here. And I would love it if I could see another wild or a green. I love that people are taking things off the board. However, we're not getting the colors that we want, which is a little annoying. Watch red win this. This has turned into a little more of a nerve-wracking game than I had anticipated. I don't know when. I guess my nervousness with red would just be how far far ahead they are on board. And I don't think they have bad tickets. I just don't know what tickets they have. Okay. Green, wild. That's not a green or a wild. That is a green or a wild. Delightful. Okay. Depending on what happens here, I'm going to go ahead and draw tickets. Yeah. Boy, this is terrible. Portland to Houston's not happening. Calgary to Phoenix isn't happening. Toronto to Miami's not happening. So looks like this is the one. I mean, there's an outside chance we could grab 5 yellow, I suppose. I kind of don't hate that, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to have time, but I don't hate it. Okay, destination tickets. This has just been a weird game. Just a very weird game. Yeah, I'm going to take the 2 yellow. That'll put me up to 5 or 3. And I have to get El Paso to Houston. Like, I'm going to prioritize, obviously, the one that is more points and also is a part of my, decently long train here, because I've kind of broken Yellow's momentum on that. So, you know... Alrighty. Well, hey, this is a perfect time to say, hey, if you're enjoying the content, I'm not enjoying that. But if you are enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button. We got lots of great stuff coming on the channel. We've had a good time since I started posting again. Not necessarily much success on the game, but that's okay. I'm loving that there's another yellow here. That's really nice. So yeah, I mean, we're approaching 600 subscribers. I think we're 10 away at the last time I checked at the recording of this video. I need to stop scratching my mosquito bites. So, yeah. So, yes, I would appreciate it if you did. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to grab this yellow and another yellow. Well, never mind. Okay, so we are, I'm probably going to grab another wild then at this point. Yellow could be looking to end the game at this point, which is fine. So maybe there's some, I guess we'll see what yellow does here. Okay, so the question here, excuse me, the question here is, and I think the answer here, I'm going to do this. If yellow ends the game here, I would rather draw another round of tickets than grab a wild saying, hey, I need 2 more turns. So, I'd rather do this. This could blow up in our face. Now, the good news is that it does not. I'm not going to do that one. But I do have, so I pick up 2 more tickets. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that also guarantees that I'm going to have the most tickets. So I'm going to get a 15-point bonus there. So that mitigates this 9-point loss here. Okay, so... What? Okay, so, not really sure what Red's plan was there, but we kind of knew that. Really, and so now Red's, big lead on board really doesn't scare me all that much. So yeah, blue is, but I don't think blue has anything huge either. Kind of blue and I played a very similar game, and I got 1 more ticket, and I have a pretty decently long train as well. I don't think, maybe yellow, no, yellow definitely got longest train. Yeah, yellow, you were clearly going that way. Now, I think that yellow gets, second here. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Victory. Woo! All right. And starting out on the pretty much an exclusively East Coast thing. We didn't have any, the one Los Angeles route that we had, we missed. So yeah, all right, back to the winning ways here. So, hey, hopefully you're enjoying the content on the channel. Again, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment, and all that jazz. We'll see you next time. I gotta go grab some chickens.